I have something to tell you. What are the pros and cons of SiteGround versus GreenGeeks versus WP Engine versus InMotion hosting? To find out, you want to stick around till the end of today's conversation. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. And if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's convo, I want to do a compare and contrast between a SiteGround versus GreenGeeks versus WP Engine versus InMotion hosting. Before we get into the nitty gritty, you have to understand what's important in a hosting provider. Before you choose any web host, it's important to understand the three S's, what experts call the three S's: speed, support, and security. Very important. Hosting services are available in a wide range of prices, ranging from a few dollars a month to thousands of dollars. So if you are a small business getting started, you can probably do quite well with a cloud, virtual private server, VPS, or managed service ranging from $10 to $100 per month. That's the reasonable range here, all right? And the cool thing here is that you need to do a few things before you choose your web hosting provider. Decide how much handholding you will need. And by handholding, I'm referring to things like customer support. Do you want email? Do you want ticket? Do you want phone support? Do you want live chat? It really depends on you. How fast do you want the turnaround time? If you have a request, those are important. And some service providers even offer 24-hour phone support. And the limiting factor to non-managed service is that while a vendor may answer questions about basic configuration, it will not be your systems manager. So if you want to delegate the management of your site completely, then you want to consider managed service. That's the keyword here, managed service, because providers of managed service will make sure your system is configured properly for your load. You want to keep an eye, they will keep an eye on security issues. They will patch your software as needed and manage backups, among other tasks. Remember what I said earlier, the three S's: speed, support, and security. You also need to estimate the amount of traffic you expect. So hosting providers generally charge based on storage and bandwidth usage. So bandwidth basically is a measure of how many bytes you serve over a given period. So if you expect only a few folks to visit your site, bandwidth will be very low. But if you're certainly featured at the top of a Google or your products goes viral, you can expect bandwidth requirements to surge. Another criterion you need to pay attention to before choosing a web host is you need to understand the server types. So the very cheapest hosting is available on shared servers, where one box may run hundreds of websites. So the performance of your sites depends on the load all the other sites are putting on the host. So shared hosting also limits your access to the server's capabilities, generally limiting you to uploading files via FTP or SFTP, preventing shell access, restricting what programs you can run on the service, and limiting the amount of database access your sites can perform. So the next tier up is VPS. This is a virtual private server, which is a full instance of a virtual machine, in other words, a simulated computer running on a box. So usually hosting providers run many VPS instances on one box, but performance is almost always better than base level shared services. So if you use a VPS, you got to be familiar with basic server maintenance and management. And if you don't want to share performance with other sites, you want to consider a dedicated server. So basically, this is a physical box that's rented to you. It's the same as having a server sitting behind your desk, except it's located in a service provider's data center. Only those with system management skills need to apply with that one. And the fourth category is a cloud server. Now, cloud servers may be a better choice because they usually run on the giant public clouds like Amazon Web Service or Microsoft Azure. So service providers can build whatever configuration suits the needs of their customers. And the big benefits of cloud servers is that you can scale seamlessly. So if you need to be able to handle that big traffic surge I was just talking to you earlier about, just pay your provider more money. So nothing needs to be moved or rebuilt. You also need to be cautious about unlimited offers, very important. You want to choose a portable CMS, okay, to make sure that you're not locked in. And you need to own your own domain. If you want to own your own domain, then you want to choose a web hosting provider that actually provide that kind of service. Before I get into the full comparison here, please check out this short video. It tells you about our approach. We have a strict methodology, a rigorous methodology when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing web hosting providers on our show. Check this out right now. All right, let's first start with the SiteGround. SiteGround has the best customer service, and the price usually starts around $14, $15 a month. You have free SSL, email, CDN, and backups. And this is recommended by WordPress, and you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. And this company offers four types of hosting. So you have web hosting, WordPress hosting, WooCommerce hosting, and cloud hosting. All right, so SiteGround comes with two things a lot of web hosts don't have: a fervent fan base and glowing reviews. This is a company that has a stellar reputation. So, and along with DreamHost and Bluehost, SiteGround is one of WordPress's 3 recommended web hosts. And WordPress hosting is built into all of its shared hosting plans, so you'll get automatic updates, streamlined security, and expert technical support. And what we love here is that they actually leverage Google Cloud with an ultra-fast network and SSD persistent storage. All right. And where they really shine is their shared web hosting. And SiteGround servers are ultra-fast and extra secure, and they are constantly deploying new updates to keep them that way. They have a host of different security measures, including an in-house build server monitoring system that checks servers every half a second. Think about that, every half a second. And their 24/7 security team is always keeping a hawk-like eye they're keeping an eye out for software vulnerabilities. And I'm showing you right now on the screen, they have their pricing. So you have a startup, $6.99, Grow Big, $9.99, and Go Geek, $14.99. And they have a trial period of 30 days, which is typical in the hosting industry. And what we love is that there are a few other offerings on the list that offer a longer trial period. But one thing I want to say is that SiteGround also offers cloud hosting. And this allows, as I said earlier, with cloud hosting, you're able to meet unexpected traffic sites by scaling more resources for your website without you needing to do it yourself. So this is basically an amazing option for businesses with room to grow. There is plenty of upgrades to support you along the way. Let's now talk about GreenGeeks. GreenGeeks is the best eco-friendly hosting. And we love this company, by the way. I mean, normally the price is $9.95 a month. You have a free domain name, a free wildcard SSL, and you have unlimited web space. And GreenGeeks is really the eco-friendly alternative to other web hosting providers. Have you heard that right? Yes, you heard it right. For more than a decade, they have used renewable energy to power their web hosting services. I thought it was basically, I thought it was bullshit, but no, it was not BS. We actually double checked and it's true. They actually do it. So aside from being good to the planet, their web hosting services are also top notch. So they offer fast speeds, solid uptime, and great solutions for things like WordPress hosting, WooCommerce hosting, reseller web hosting, virtual private servers, shared hosting. And so basically this makes them, if you are an environmentally conscious solopreneur or small business owner, or you want to be, if you're eco-friendly and you're in the e-commerce world, you want to go with GreenGeeks. And let's look at the prices. So you have Lite, $249. You have Pro, $495, and then you have the Premium, $895. So you have to see each price plan has its own pros and cons and add-ons and features. So if you plan to use, let's say if you plan to use WordPress, then they will make it easy for you to get set up in a snap. They provide an automatic one-click WordPress installer and auto updates to keep your WordPress site up to date. They also provide daily backups and advanced security features to help you keep your data safe and secure. What we also love with GreenGeeks is that they stay up to date with the latest technology. I'm talking here like PHP 7, SSD, CDN, and more. So in the end, your site is always fast and secure. And they also offer 24/7 support available by phone, chat, and via their ticket system. They're typically very quick to respond. We tested them, and they responded within 4 hours, and they can assist you with a wide range of issues. All right, so we love the fact that GreenGeeks has stellar customer service and dedication to helping the planet with their eco-friendly web hosting plans. So if you're looking for a green, quote unquote green hosting company, GreenGeeks is definitely what you need. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another session of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are having a conversation about SiteGround versus GreenGeeks versus WP Engine versus InMotion hosting. Now I want to talk to you about WP Engine. This is the best managed WordPress hosting, and it's a little bit expensive, really, but let's go through the. So you have prices start around $30 a month. You're billed every month. You receive a free domain SSL certificate, and of course, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. And of course, we want to, let me just kind of walk you through their hosting plans. So you have managed hosting, you have managed hosting plus, you have secured hosting, and then you have managed hosting plus, and secure hosting. Yeah, you actually have 3 plans. Yeah, and for managed hosting, prices go from $25 to $241. For managed hosting plus, it go from they go from $28 to $258, and for secured hosting, you have a 44 all the way to $291. Now, secure hosting, as I was explaining earlier when I mentioned the importance of understanding the server categories, secure hosting gives you all the speed, scalability, and security in managed hosting. All right, and this is kind of cool for e-commerce site. So you want to definitely go with WP Engine if you're looking for a truly excellent product. It is costly, but it is excellent. All right, and the thing here is that if you want a blazing fast site where everything is taken care of automatically, you will want WP Engine. We love the fact that their customer support is also laser focused on WordPress, which makes for highly competent, knowledgeable support staff available through tracked items and on live chat 24/7. All right, so basically here, when you have WP, you're looking for not just the regular web hosting, but specifically WordPress hosting. Whether you're looking for managed WordPress hosting or just on the shared sites, on a shared server, or on a dedicated server, it really depends on you. We also love the fact that with WP Engine, they really work hard to improve their entire infrastructure to make sure that your website is optimized. So your site consequently will be fast. There is virtually no downtime and lots of maintenance tasks get taken care of automatically. Fantastic. Number 4, I want to talk to you now about InMotion hosting. And this is, in our view, in our research, the best VPS hosting. VPS stands for Virtual Private Servers. And what is VPS? VPS hosting, this is a website hosting environment that allows for resources such as RAM and CPU to be dedicated to your account. So this is basically achieved by virtualizing a dedicated server and splitting the resources among the users on that server. All right. And InMotion hosting is sort of like the king or the queen in that department. And InMotion may not look flashy, but guess what? It is a solid web host. Definitely. They offer truly excellent technology, a wide assortment of plans, and a legion of long-time customers. They have gazillions of long-time fans who will swear by they will basically vouch for the company. And InMotion also gives you a massive self-help knowledge base. So if there is something wrong, there's probably a guide out there to help you. The customer support is also among the best. You can try it for yourself. We did try it. And the cool thing here is that they have a 90-day free trial period for shared hosting, which is one of the longest around and gives you plenty of time to test out InMotion's support team. And the one thing I also want to say here is that InMotion's plans are really straightforward and almost identical. As you upgrade, you'll get faster servers and extra databases, websites, and subdomains. It's a straightforward approach we like, especially for small businesses and websites that aren't very complex. There are no pushy upsells or confusing tiers to worry about. And what's even wonderful here is that even the entry-level plans have excellent customer support. It's a 24/7 via 5 communication channels: phone, chat, email, tutorials, and Q&A, which were actively answered. So I'm showing you right now the general pricing. So you have the general pricing. So you have $6.99 all the way to $114. And VPS hosting price, you have it goes from $17.99 all the way to $67.99. So InMotion regularly runs promo pricing with deals that start as low as $5 a month. So normal pricing for shared hosting pumps up to about $9 a month after the initial contract is up. All right. In addition to shared hosting, InMotion also offers upgrades to managed WordPress hosting, VPS hosting, and dedicated servers. All right, folks, this is pretty much the end of today's conversation. And the big question is, which one to choose? Which one do you have to choose? Now, it really depends on the industry you're in. It depends on your requirements. It depends on the needs that you have. And as I said earlier, going back to what I said at the beginning of today's show, do you need a lot or a little hand-holding? What kind of traffic do you expect on your site, right? What kind of server type do you need? And in terms of CMS, in terms of content management system, what kind of, do you need a portable one or a non-portable one? Because it will have an impact on your ability to avoid a lock-in. Do you want to own your own domain, or ownership doesn't really matter to you? So those are things you have to think about. And in terms of your personal situation, are you a solopreneur or a small business? So those are conversations you need to have in terms of the hosting. And do you have an IT team in-house? So at the end of the day, our pick in today's show, after extensive analysis, after extensive research, is SiteGround. This host appears to provide everything we need in terms of value for money, in terms of services, in terms of customer service, in terms of features. And we have scored this company 10 over 10. GreenGeeks, our score 9.5 over 10. WP Engine, our score 9.5 over 10. And InMotion Hosting, our score 9 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay Marvelous.